Hi there, it's David on the Resourceful Coach, and what we're going to talk a little bit about today is what I call my golfing equation. We're going to look at your driving and understand, for me, this equation accounts to 4 things, and if you do these 4 things correct, you're going to get the result that you want. Now, the whole idea of my channel, if you've watched some of the videos before, is to get you to understand what you need to do to play to your level. That's the most important thing that we're looking for. It's your level, it's not about the perfect shot. The majority of golfers that come to me probably range somewhere between 10 and 25 handicap. So what we know is if we have that level of handicap, we are going to make some mistakes. We're looking to reduce them, understand what you need to do to maybe say to me, look, I want to play to 18 handicap, or I want to play to 9 handicap. Understand what those levels are. But the equation, the 4 things that we're going to go through today are, yes, technically the things we need to achieve, but understand, just go and work on these things. And you've got things like top tracer machines at your driving ranges that will help you to start giving you some feedback to how you're actually getting results. If not, go and see your local pro, see what he can help you with to get these 4 things right. So, number 1, we're going to hit, as I said, the driver. And let's just set the driver up to start with. So the number 1 and 2 for me are the 2 most important things in a golf swing. And it's what we call the path of the swing. So let's explain what the path of the swing is. And this is always to do with what you're doing through the golf ball. Everything we're talking about here is what's happening at the golf ball. So that number 1 thing is the path, is the journey the club is making as it comes into the golf ball, how it goes through the ball. And relative to our target, if the shot is perfect, okay, so-called perfect, then that path will be what we call 0. Okay, that means you're perfectly on line to where you want to go. So that's the number 1 thing we want to do. Number 2, relative to that line, we'd like to get the club face square. So the face of the club is the second thing. That needs to be correct relative to your path. Now I'm going to have people saying, well, I want to fade it, I want to draw it, and that's okay. We're talking about the most orthodox way to hit a golf ball. So we want the path to go through the ball the direction we want to go. We want the face to be square to the intended target. If those 2 things are correct, straight away, you've got a very good chance you're going to hit the golf ball where you want to go. Now here's then the 3rd thing as we go through it. Center contact. If we hit the ball off the toe, the bottom, the top, the heel, you're going to lose energy. Okay, that's important. The more you hit it out the center of the club, you're maximizing the power that you've created. Okay, so that's sort of center contact. So we've now got path, we've got the face square to where we want to go, and we've now got a center contact. And they're probably, for all of you, if you do those 3 things, that's the most important thing to start with. We'll come to the 4th thing in a minute. So if I'm hitting a shot up this fairway, ultimately what I want to do is I want to feel the club is aiming where I want to go. My feet are nice and parallel to where I want to go. So let's put a couple of clubs down to help us with that. So the more orthodox you are in your setup, so let's line a club up straight through the ball where we want to go. And we're going to take another club here and run that parallel. And that's quite important to understand. I get this a lot with golfers. Golfers say to me, oh, I should have my feet aiming at the target. No, you don't. You want your club aiming at the target. Your feet should run parallel. So I've created like a little bit of a railway track idea here. That's what we're looking to do. And what I want to feel is my golf club is aiming along that line and my feet are parallel, so equal distance to this club. If I'm in that position, it's creating an opportunity. I'm not saying you're going to hit the perfect shot. It's creating an opportunity. That club, that's why we've got the camera set up the way we have today, going through the ball. And for that small area, and we're only looking an area around about 1 foot through the ball, even a little bit less than that, where that club is going down the line you want to go. You do not want to try and get the club going down the line over here. Okay, because if you're on the line here, you're either going to have no power because you're pushing through, or you'll cut through that line and now your path is going left of target. If it's going left of target, straight away now you've got to alter the face to get the desired result that you want. So we're trying to keep this as simple as we can. So we've got path, we've got club face, we've got center contact. They're your 3 most important. Now, we're all different ages, all different abilities. So then the final bit is your speed. How much speed do I need to generate to encourage that golf ball to go a certain distance? And people are shocked by this, okay? And this is the one thing I think people are looking for as the most important thing. They try, how hard can I hit that golf ball? And the end result is then they lose the first three parts. The contact's not good. They're not getting the club face pointing where they want to go, and the path isn't on the right line. So let's give you some numbers. The average speed a male golfer swings a driver is just over 90 miles an hour. Okay? What we've got to understand is a tour player is averaging just under 120 miles an hour. So we're about 92 for the amateur golfer average, and the average tour player is about 118. Realise they're in a different world to us. Okay? So unless you have that ability, or you're very young and you can generate good club head speed, ignore those guys. If you are a guy looking to play to 18 handicap, you're going to be shocked at the speed you need to swing the club. 80 miles an hour. 80 miles an hour, centre contact, good path, good club face alignment when you strike that ball, and you can now encourage that golf ball up to around about 190 yards down the fairway if you do all those things correctly. Okay? If your club head speed is a little bit more and you get some of those things off and you lose some efficiency, then you still may end up around that 180, 190. And that's all we need to do, hitting the fairway regularly, to play to bogey golf. So the next two numbers we're going to give you, we're just going to increase that club head speed by around about 10 miles an hour. Amazingly, the average golfer swings, as we said, 92 miles an hour. If everything was correct, the average golfer off the tee should be playing to 9 handicap. But we're not. The average handicap around the world is nearer 15, 16. Now, that could be, lots of other areas may not be quite so good. But from experience, I'd say they're not getting off the tee in the right way. But at 90 miles an hour, 90, 92 miles an hour, you can now start to hit that golf ball around about 210, 220. You can play single figure golf doing that. I get a lot of people saying, no, you can't. Yes, you can. You only need to be hitting 3 to 5 greens in regulation to have an opportunity to play to single figure golf. Because if you've got a reasonable short game, you will give yourself that opportunity. Now, a final player, which I don't get a lot of these, they're normally very young guys who want to be tour players. To get that level of scratch, we need a club head speed, getting over just 100 miles an hour. 102, and you will be hitting that golf ball approximately 250 to 260 off the tee regularly. But the only way that will work is if you do those first 3 things correctly. If we get that path correct, so the journey the club is making into the ball is correct, the face of the club is square, and I get a centre contact. If I do those 3 things prior to the speed, I'm winning. Okay, I'm going to get results. That's what I'm looking for. So let's hit a couple of balls. Okay, now, the most important thing I'm going to do with this first one is I want to get those 3 first parts correct. Okay, I'm just going to tee that up again because that looks a little bit low for me. And this is something I encourage my golfers to do, and it's what I call your 80% swing. And what I mean by that is 100% will feel like you're going to swing that club and you're out of control and anything could happen. And I never want you to ever feel like that when you're playing a golf shot. So what we need to feel is, what's that 80% swing that now gives us the opportunity to get things in sync? Gives us that chance. The key thing, that centre contact, can we get that? Can we have control in our arms and our body working together to get that path correct? Okay, there you go, that one came out the middle. Okay, but it's generating those feelings as we go through. So this first shot, I'm actually going to go the other way. I'm going to go even slower. I'm going to mentally think this is a 60% effort. So I can then generate the feel of those movements through the ball. Nice and balanced. And the first objective done there, where I've hit the ball nice and solidly, we're going up the fairway exactly where I want to go. It gives me that chance, okay? Now, if you do that a few times, don't just do it once and think that's the job done. Hit some balls around about that 60, 70%. Hit half a bucket. Okay, you'll realise as well, you'll have a lot more energy left. Okay, see what the consistency is like. Now, some of you will find that's too slow. It won't quite gel together. But ultimately, I want you to get to that 80%. The 80% number is what we want. If we're doing that, chances are when you're swinging through, you're increasing the chance of our equation. The equation is good path, square club face, centre contact, and then whatever speed I generate. Okay, if I let that work, I know with my golf swing, I'm going to be somewhere around that 240 to 260 down the fairway, but I want a nice solid strike off the face. That's going nicely up the middle of the fairway. Very happy with that result. But you can see, hopefully, and a lot of people pick up on my swing, it's very much within myself. And that's that 80% swing to give you the chance. So what's our equation? P, path. We then need to get face square to where we want to go. So F for face. C for center contact. And S for speed. The speed is the least important. Feel what your speed is and generate that as you go through. And as I said, go to the driving range, find out what your speed is. Look at those three numbers we gave you. 80 miles an hour, going to be about 180 off the tee. That's what you're looking for. That's all you need to achieve. 90, we're now getting up towards 210, 220. Okay, now you can play single figure golf. And if you do want to be a scratch golfer, we need that club head speed to be getting just over the 100 mile an hour mark. And that will start to give us, I mean, if you absolutely pured it, amazingly, 100 mile an hour of speed would create close to 270 yards. So that's why you're watching these guys on TV at 120 miles an hour. They're now sending that golf ball over 300 yards. I mean, the consistency now on tour is crazy how far they're hitting the ball. But we don't need to do that. As a handicap golfer, realize your handicap, look at those numbers, work on that equation, and you will start to find more fairways, more consistency off the tee, and you're going to have a lot more fun. I hope you've enjoyed that video. It's a little bit of a golfing equation. I get my golfers to look at their shots when they miss-hit one, go, well, what was wrong there? They go, oh, I didn't get it out the center of the club. How did the swing feel? Well, I felt a little bit off balance. Okay, so we bring that effort level down. If you have enjoyed the video, please share it with your friends. Press the button to subscribe to the channel, and there's that little bell there for notifications. Every week we send out a couple of videos for you to have a look at, and I look forward to seeing you soon.